Hello everybody, it's Rick. Remember I was telling everybody that all the orders from family court, because they're supposed to be a court order, all courts, all orders are writs and warrants. They're all different names. So under the Fourth Amendment, in order for your property to be seized, it has to be evidence showing probable cause and issued by a judge, which would be a judge in a court, issuing a warrant. And a warrant is a court order or a writ. All writs must be under the signature of a clerk. Now, what a lot of people don't know is judges are clerks, okay? It's just that they're referees. They're performing a different function, but they're basically a clerk, okay? So now, what I did on August 2nd to prove this, because this is supposed to be a family court order. See the date, see the scan with the docket number? And this is the clerk's office, the judgment of dockets and liens. Now this is dated February 1st, 2016. Name not on file. That's me. Okay? I've showed it before, but I'll show it again. Enter, no clerk signature. This is a big forgery, okay? Forgery is a fraud, and a fraud is a crime. Doesn't matter who commits it. All you need is an injured party. As soon as they took $1 out of your check, you are now a victim of a crime. Now I'm going to prove it. On August 2nd, I sent this letter to the civil court, Audrey Pfeffer. She's supposed to be the one signing the orders. Although in Queens, well, maybe that's Brooklyn. I think it's a different woman. But I've never seen her signature on the orders, ever. So anyway, the way I said, the laws require entry of money judgments with Queens Clerk's Office, and the undersigned demands certified copies of recorded money judgments from family court under docket number F193-10/10A, same thing, 10/10B, requiring Richard Warman Jr. to pay a debt. Enclosed is a self-addressed envelope. Then what I do is I showed him forgery in the second degree. Now, what you need to know with forgery in the second degree is that a document purported to be what it is, which is what this is, an element of forgery is it's required to be filed in a public office. Now, the clerk's office is a public office, right? So if nobody's doing that, that's an element of forgery and a fraud. So without that, this becomes what they call under definitions in forgery, an incomplete written instrument. Look it up. Incomplete written instrument, meaning it's incomplete. What is it missing? It's missing a clerk's signature, and it's missing entry with the clerk's office. Okay? So I said, Richard Warman, requires evidence or lack of evidence from Queens Clerk's Office to prove a felony crime has been perpetrated against my property. They stole $145,000, okay? Now, Family Court Act 454 and 460 states, all orders for arrears and orders of support from family court must be signed and entered by the clerk of the courts. Now listen, don't take my word for it. Look it up. Look up Family Court Act 460 and look up Family Court Act 454, because 454 states, pursuant Family Court Act 460, it must be signed with the clerk in the county in the county where the hearings commenced. Okay? Family court is not a clerk's office. Okay? Civil practice law rules is 5016, which is the equivalent to 28 United States Code 1691. Okay? Under 28, Section 16 is a writs, and under that law it states that all writs from the United States courts must be under the stamp of the family the court, and signed and entered by the clerk. Okay. Forgery in the second degree is when an element of forgery requires a falsely altered public document is not recorded with the public office when it is required by the laws cited above. It would be greatly appreciated, and part of your duties to provide proof of a money judgment under F, now you know the numbers already, with your signature, and if you cannot, please state so on official clerk of the court letterhead. Thank you. As a retired police officer, highly trained and experienced, I can state unequivocally these acts are felony crimes and you have been properly notified. Okay? I just notified her that if she doesn't comply, she just made herself a party to this crime. And, guys who watch my videos, who are cops and retired cops, know what I'm talking about. Okay, now, under Title 28 Code, U.S. Code 1691, it's called seal and tester process. Okay, due process is a lot of things, but as part of due process is having a signature from the clerk. That's what authenticates it. Anybody can go around, which is what they're doing here. Anybody can go around making up, claiming that you owe money. Now think about how this works. You go to family court. Family court tells you you got to pay child support. Then they write in an order that you have to pay through support collections. Now, is support collections a party to this? Does support collections petition and take you to court? No. So by ordering them to take your money, she just made them a third party. They're not part of the contract. And she didn't have. I keep saying she because I'm dealing with a she, Sudeep Kaur. But they don't have any right to order anybody to take your money because remember, under the Fourth Amendment, your property can't be seized unless by a warrant of probable cause issued by a judge. Okay? Well, we know sport magistrates aren't judges. So we got them right now, okay? I'm telling you, we got them. This is the way to fight these people. You're not going to get anywhere in the courts. You're going to have to fight them through the police department. Now, I know that ain't going to be easy, but that's the way to go, I believe. I really believe that. Now, I'm going to cite a case law here. Okay, it's Scamby Manufacturing Company versus Tryon, all right, 1968. And what it said was, the district court held that the injunction signed only by a deputy clerk of the district court is void for want of a judicial signature. Section 1691, Title 28 U.S.C., in parentheses, which was not called to the attention of the district court, so you got to let them know, provides that all writs in process issuing from a court of the United States shall be under the seal of the court and signed by the clerk thereof. Okay? What does void mean? It's barren, it's empty, it means it's lacking. You got a void judgment. I guarantee everybody at home watching my videos, this is a void judgment. Now, I've been fighting in federal court with this, but I got him on the ropes now. Okay? So let me get back here. I'm still dealing with this clerk. Her name, Audrey Pfeffer, pursuant your oath of office, sworn and entered before notary, blah, blah, blah. I looked up her oath of office. And pursuant judiciary law 255, a clerk must upon request. And now, guys, with your court order, remember I told you, I want you to go to the clerk's office in the county and go to the clerk and ask for a copy of the money judgment. It's under the judgment docket and lien book. Okay? And this law right here, Judiciary Law 255, they have to give it to you. They're not nice people in there because they all work together. But anyway, a clerk of the court must upon request and upon payment of or offer to pay the fees allowed by law, or if no fees are expressly allowed by law, fees at the rate allowed, blah, 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 blah. In other words, what they're saying is they must provide you with the papers that you're asking for. I'm not going to waste the time reading all of it. You can look it up. So now I go, please provide for me a true copy of the judgments or court orders issued on June 15th, March 22nd, 2013, and September 23rd. And I got 3 orders because, every time she screwed up, she just went back and did it over again and it screwed me more. This animal, Sudeep Kaur. So then I told the clerk, Audrey Pfeffer, silence is equated with fraud when having the duty to respond. So what I'm doing is I'm letting her know that if she doesn't respond, she's a party. As I told you earlier, your failure to respond without specific reasons supported by laws are treasonous acts and a direct violation of my constitutional protections, and make yourself a party to the individuals who have conspired against the undersigned to defraud by issuance of forged instruments. All right, signature. All right, this is what I got back today. I sent them a self-addressed envelope, okay? They responded today. All right, this is the response. They said defective papers prevent, and they said correspondence, judgment is not on file with Queens County Clerk's office. There you go, I got it. Then it says check with Queens Family Court. Basically, they're putting it on them. Now, haven't I said that in my other videos? I said you're going to go to the clerk's office, they're going to scratch their head, and they're going to tell you you got to go back there. But guess what? Family court is not a clerk's office. This is the clerk's office. So, but they responded. Remember, I kind of threatened them. Now look, the same thing. All right? February 1st, August 11th. Same piece of paper. I don't owe them a penny. And this is proof of it. Now you could present this to any police officer, or when you go to, you got to get this first. Then you go to the child support office, and you deal with one of those idiots, and they're all idiots, as you saw in my video. They all work together, but you're going to prove to them that you don't owe a penny, and it's a crime. And then if you must, as I said, you're going to call the police department. All right? See, I've already prepared mine already. Richard Brown, Queens District Attorney's Office. This is an 18-page affidavit. And I also put down my YouTube videos as proof, as my evidence of what's going on. Okay? Here we go. To further support the elements of forgery, the incomplete written instruments which appears to be the purported court order is not entered and recorded with the Queen's Clerk's Office as required by law. Penal Law 170-10.2, a public record or an instrument filed or required or authorized by law to be filed in or with the public office or public servant. We got them right there. That's it. A person is guilty of forgery in the second degree with intent to defraud. Is that what they're doing in there? Deceive? Are they deceiving you? Are they injuring you? Yes. He or she falsely makes, completes, or alters a written instrument which is purports to be or which is calculated to be or represented if completed. A deed, will, codicil, I'm not sure, contract. That's what this is. This is a contract. But you're not a party to it. They just forced it upon you. And you have to object to it to make yourself not a party. But, you know, we know how hard that is. All right, so I just proved why you have to go to the clerk's office, okay? So do what I tell you, please. All the guys paying child support are getting screwed over by these things. The first thing you do, you go to the clerk's office, you demand a copy of it. And again, you got my video, Judiciary Law 255, they have to give it to you. And if they don't have it, tell them you want a letter. Do what I did. Write a letter, real basic letter like I just did. Put in a self-addressed, I put 2 stamps on it just to make sure that it gets to me. And then you have proof. This is my proof now. This is my evidence. I've already put this together. I'm sending this back to the federal court because I'm suing these people in federal court. The federal judge is trying to dismiss it, but I'm still fighting her. But she's still answering my correspondence because I filed a writ of error because I'm introducing this evidence in a writ of error that she overlooked and that she dismissed. Well, she dismissed my case without any evidence anyway for a lot of different reasons. But she can't keep dismissing me. All right? I'm starting to make headway now. It's been a long battle, but I'm getting somewhere. All right? But guys, remember, family court orders must be signed by a clerk, and if it's not, it's void. Okay? Look up void judgments. This keyword, void judgments. There's a lot of case law on void judgments. Void judgments never exist. That means you can get all your money back, guys. Okay? You could get every penny that's been stolen from you. It's not going to be easy, but if you fight, you can get it all back. It doesn't. I don't care. I don't care if you have children. You're supposed to support your children, but they're not supposed to steal your money to do it and then make 66% on it and force you to go bankrupt and force you to lose your home, force you to you can't have a bank account. You got to cash all your checks and check cash in places. Okay? That's how you got to fight these people. All right, everybody. Have a good night.